Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing good today. There's not a lot of news that's really going on that I think that is eye-opening or great. But what I am going to do is show a little bit of news that this is going to be training to women. So I guess, ladies, you get the honor today. You get to have the ability to have your voices be heard in a different light, which is, so cool. Now, of course, in the last video, you heard me that the women are the fault for some of the things that are happening with single mother childhood or whatever, which is true because if you instigate 80% of the divorces, you are destroying families in that route, right? You are not helping them. Obviously, there are some causes, there are some other reasons why you divorce your man or what have you, and that some of them may be valid. If they're actually beating you or what have you, or causing out you physical harm, then yes, you have to get out of that relationship. However, you're going to really push the numbers to the point to how many men are doing that and decrease it to like maybe even a 50% chance of that, maybe even going into 50%, which is still high. So you're really going to push that. But with this, ladies and gentlemen, is something different. This is something that's happening to you guys, or the ladies, in the actual not bathrooms, but in prisons. And I wanted to share this to you guys because this is something that you ladies need to start understanding. That if you start advocating for this stuff, it's a problem. Now, I understand that a lot of the women that probably view my channel are not really democratic, but they're more along my latest policies or what have you. So, fine, that's understandable. That's not a problem with me. However, the ones that are trying to advocate for the transgender stuff and saying this is all good. Well, this is what's happening to you guys. I'll be making my comments here and there throughout the part of the video, so I'm showing you part of what's going on, but not trying to take all James O'Keefe's content. I will be posting his channel in the YouTube description below because you will get the full picture here as well. I didn't get everything, so there you have it. Anyway, without further ado, here is the first thing that is happening to women. They're getting raped and stuff like that, and the issue that they're actually facing in jail, which we're not surprised. It's happening here in California too. It's just, this is being mostly reported from Washington. Take a look.
There's some having sex with women. There was some, assaulting, but no one reported it. It's normally in institutions you have segregations are always going to apply, no matter what institution that you're at, all across America. But somehow in this institution, they are adapting ways to apply these so-called mandated laws that came out of nowhere to prohibit segregation for certain individuals. Let's just say sex offenders. Usually sex offenders are not in general population. They're always in a population of their own. Some of these men are not confused. They're just manipulating the system. But it's not equal because we don't get the same care and treatment that the trans get in here.
Yeah, because don't they get special bras, special everything, special...
Everything. They kind of cater to the trans community. All you have to do is say that you are a woman, that you now, when you're in county, say that you identify as a woman and you can come straight to here from county. The guys don't even have to go to the men's prison first.
What?
Some of these men know that they're men. They're not trying to be a woman. They just say that to come here, to have sex with women during their prison sentence. There's nothing you can do. But say you're going to kill yourself and then go down to the crazy unit to get out that room.
That's
and
like...
if you refuse to go back in there, you get a major, you get in trouble. I told all this to the assistant secretary.
What'd they say?
This is things they're going to look into. I shouldn't have to go to the horde and practice because I don't want to live with the man. I don't have anything against him. I just don't want to sleep in there with him.
So what you're seeing here, ladies, is just a constant threat of the women being potentially raped in here or what have you. She even said immediately that this is what's happening. And if you guys think that this is not going to happen to you or your other significant other, your children, then you're sadly mistaken. This will happen. Men are going to evil men by you, men that have nefarious actions, that have bad thought process or what have you, they're going to do this. You're seeing this in your sports, to where they're taking over your sports, pretending to be men, or not fully changing, and this is what they want to do. The whole part, what I think of the transgender community, and mostly the men, is that they're doing it for nefarious reasons to either sleep with kids, or they're doing it to sleep with women, or to grape women, or to have access to women. That's it. And this is showing a very strong case of this is actually being the possible cause. I know this is happening in California. This thing was going on in California where women's correctional things was going on. I'll maybe even show a clip of that too, because this is the insanity that you women are going to have to be dealing with. And every time that you advocate for this type of stuff, to where you advocate for the transgenders to be, be allowed or respected, or rather, not really allow, but allow them to go into their bathrooms, allow to compete in your sports, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen a lot more. It's like, don't be shocked if, like, you have a daughter and she's in sports into a locker room, and then one of you has the unfortunate nightmarish thought of reality to where she is raped by another man because they were allowed to enter the bathroom. And then you have to really think, you advocated for this type of stuff. You advocated for trans people to be in. And you may want to try to go against, you try to say, like, oh, your program is really fighting it, but you really think about this. Your kids will be at threat here. And I know that the very, very far left, they're too far gone. I'm not going to reach them. I'm trying to reach you. The more sensible person that thinks that, like, maybe they're just going to run out of life and they come across me and this is what they find. And this is the reality that they seem to be facing. This is going to hurt you. This is going to hurt your family. This is going to hurt your loved ones. You may be the victim of it. So you really need to fight against this. There's more after this, actually, to where it gets, if you think this is the end of what this whole thing was, no, it actually gets a lot darker. It gets a lot worse. Take a look.
I cannot voice my freedom of speech, but it doesn't apply anymore because now they're implementing this new gender equality role that forces us to conform to what they want us to believe in about the transgender. I've heard some of these men talk about how they would want to get a girl pregnant so that the girl could form a lawsuit against WCCW and say that he raped her and he's willing to go along with it. He's pretty much the mastermind behind his own scandal. And it's been a few of them who've sat and talked about these certain types of things to do in order to get a... So the slang word that they're calling it is $1 million baby. $1 million baby play. That's the slang term that they're using. And this is something that you really, really need to raise awareness to. A lot of the men and the women, the men institution are literally coming up with strategies in order to conform to the transgender thing. They're taking all the necessary steps that they have to in order to get on the applications and the lists and things like that, to go through the whole process just to get here, just to do that. We don't have a voice. We don't have a leg to stand on. Anytime we voice these types of things, we are met with ridicule, targeting, bias, punishment, solitary confinement. The medical here at WCCW is the poorest in the country. We don't get our needs met. The men have better action at getting all of their needs met versus a woman going through menopause. She can't even get an estrogen shot for her menopause to deal with hot flashes and the different things going on with the woman's body, but a man can get it? No. That shouldn't even be in America. And I know America is the land of opportunity and dreams and all of that things, but no.
Yeah, so what we have here is that it's, like I said, it got a lot darker. They're actually planning things to essentially grape women and then make them get pregnant and then and score the money to get after that grape. It's like, it's insanity. This is what you women have been advocating for a while now. And this is something that I will probably discuss on the whole transgender thing and what's been going on here. Because with this, in this reality, and I'm going to be keeping this in my saved stuff for specifically for all this that's going on with the transgender stuff and with his bathroom and stuff, because this is a serious issue. I don't think that women seem to understand the actual danger of this is happening. Now, I understand that trans people probably do need to have rights as everyone else, be able to be able to go to work, not be discriminated against and stuff like that. But full stop, that ends there. Once you start invading on other people's spaces that is not puts them in danger, that's a full stop that needs to stop. And this is an issue. If it has to be the eradication of, maybe ostracizing the transgender community to keep people safe from this, or children safe, then so be it. Because at this point, this is insanity. The fact that you have a group of people that are planning an actual grape scheme and be able to make money off of it is insanity in and itself. This is what happens when you cater to these lunatics. This is what happens when you have this type of society do this type of stuff. You women are in danger. It's not us men. Us men are going to go about our day. We're going to have issues. We'll have, of course, be ostracized from society, but we're already making ourselves go out of the society. But you women that have to be in the society, that you benefit from society, like where you need a social construct to actually, function, because this is how you women are. It's in your biological nature, and then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting something like that. And that's not a problem. What the issue is that the way that you guys want to function is being destroyed by these trans activists, by these trans people who are obviously lying, and they want to use the system against you specifically so they can reap the benefits. So where's the misogyny here that is from the one side that's trying to say no to this, and then to the other side to where this is the issue? This is part of the reason why. The trans activists want to believe that they are the ones getting attacked, they're the ones getting attacked, and all that stuff, right? When it's not the truth. They're the ones that are attacking you. They're attacking you, they're attacking your rights, they're attacking your safety, and you need to try to get yourself out. Now, of course, I will go out and start blasting women for all the stuff that they do, because obviously they need to be blasted and be held accountable for their actions. But at the same time, I'm also not going to go out here and say that women are the ones that should be assaulted at every point in turn. You will hear me time and time again to where that's not okay. Women should be able to go out in daylight and not get raped, all right? But what I will not condone, and what I always hate, is a woman falsifying information against a guy that did not do the grape, and then he gets dropped up in jail, and the woman gets reaps benefits of it. That's what I'm not going to agree with, and I'm going to hate that woman for doing that. But at the end of the day, this is the reality that we're actually facing, and you women also need to face that. But right now, this is not about technically what is happening to you guys, right? Or what happened to men. This is about you. This is the issues that you guys are facing. And the only way to fix it is to go against this. And if the Democrats are the ones that are going to be like, oh, well, guess what? We still have to deal with this, then you have to vote differently. I'm sorry. That is the only way they're doing it. Because Democrats are the ones that are doing this. They're the ones that are pushing this type of stuff onto you. And it needs to be stopped. So what I think I'll do now is show you a small clip of what is going from California Insider, by the way, of what's happening in California jails for women. Take a look.
Prisoners can go to female prison if they self-identify as transgender. How does it work in a cell?
This is definitely an additional punishment on top of what they've already been sentenced to. It's the worst human science project I've ever seen. Your living space is about 6 feet, not including your bunk. That's a very tight space to share with anyone, but even more so with someone that has a history of violence against women. You have to do everything in that room. You have to get ready for work. You have to change. You're running in and out of the shower. There is no privacy in prison. That's a given. But now it's no privacy and no dignity either. Everything intimate about you is completely exposed to somebody who you know is a man. Whether they identify as one or not, I don't think that that is healthy for any party involved, even for the sex offenders, even for the rapist. Why are they being put in the position to where they might reoffend? Everybody is losing.
So there you have it. You have this to where this is happening in California prisons. This is not just exclusive to Washington. This is happening in California as well. I'll be leaving the actual description below so you can just see the full video of what's been going down there. But yeah, this is the reality that you women have to face. And you have to fight back if you want to keep your safety, if you want to keep your sports, if you want to keep anything. Because I say in 5 years, if you don't do anything, everything that you own, everything that you guys so-called worked for is gone. So good job on that. So the only way to do it is fight back. Alright guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.